Havertz has got better numbers than all your midfield.
Okay, but that's my point.
What's going on, people? TroopzTV. Back again. Back up blood clot again, you understand? This isn't the podcast, blood, you understand? I haven't kicked off Flawless. I haven't kicked off Lewis. You get me? Man, I'm probably saying, whoa, blood, where's the back again logo gone? You get me? I'm just seeing TroopzTV. No, the man them are still on the pod. The pod is still running, you get me? But the biggest game of the season is upon us, blood. You get me? Title challenging, top of the table, Arsenal travel to Liverpool. So it's only right that I get my brother Husam on to chop it up, you get me, and do a little combine 11. You feel me? We done a little preview on his channel. Make sure you go watch that if you haven't watched it. If you was in the live, big up your damn self, blood. Big up all the super chatters. Make sure you subscribe to This Is Football as well. Link in the description as usual. Husam, my brother, you told me you're going to come with some fuckery. So, I don't know what. Look, this guy's just smiling, blood. Like that 5-1, proper boost up your head. This guy was messaging me. Yo, are you watching the West Ham game?
Hey. Listen, first of all, I wish you'd kick Flawless off the podcast, to be honest with you. Hold that, Flawless, you bum. I wish you'd kick him off that podcast, to be honest with you. It gives me way less of a headache. But listen, we're back again on TroopzTV. You get me? As he said, we've just done a preview on my channel. Make sure to go check that out. We're doing a combined 11 now. And you damn right. Listen, Liverpool ain't second for no reason. We ain't going to do this recency bias where we're just going to use the United game as the measuring stick. We're going to be talking, I know we're going to be doing this on form, so, we'll see. I've got a couple of surprises, both positive and negative, to be honest with you. Some Liverpool fans might dislike some of my takes, and I know some Arsenal fans will dislike one of my takes. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But this combined 11 should be very interesting. And what I will say is, whichever combined 11 you make of Arsenal and Liverpool would actually tear the crap out of this league. That's all I'm saying. If there was a hypothetical team in which we made a combined 11 of our players, that would go 38-0 right there. Let's just say it as this.
Before we get into the combined 11, blood, I got a quick message for you lot.
All right, babe, I got a confession. I don't know how you're going to feel about it. I'm bringing another woman into our relationship. I want you to meet her. I think you're going to like her. Meet Emma. Ah, you thought it was a real woman, innit? It's not a real woman. It's our new mattress. Now, you're always moaning about, oh, my back. Well, I thought, yo, let's get the best mattress on the roadside, blood. Emma, you know what I'm saying? A top mattress for top of the league business. Look at this thing here. Look at the thickness on it, bro. Proper thing. Boy, watch this. Oh. Yeah, that's nice. Where's the pillow? Let me try it with a pillow. I don't know about you lot, yeah? But I'm a one pillow guy. Let me know if you're one or two. Yeah, that's wavy still. I can't even lie. So, Emma Sleep are doing a Boxing Day sale, and you can get up to 55% off on your Boxing Day order. You get me? And if you use my code TroopzBD, you'll get an extra 5% off, fam. Hit the link.
All right, so you lot already know. Shout out Emma. You get me? You done know. That was a little surprise. You understand that one? You lot really think Lily's gonna let me bring another woman into the relationship? You're mad. You get me? No, Lena and Adam 22 over. Yes, sir. We'll just leave it there, blood. Like that. So let's get into the combined 11, broski. You get me? What are we saying? 4-3-3.
I think that's the logical way to go, to be honest with you. We could try to change formation to shoehorn a couple of players in there, but I think 4-3-3 is probably the most logical, best way to go about this, to be honest with you.
Goalkeeper. Listen. I have no fight. I have no fight, blood. Yeah, I'll be real. I have no fight. The only thing I'll say is that Raya and Alisson both have 5 clean sheets this season, but Raya has played less games than Alisson. But I'm not saying but I'm just putting the statistics out there for the people.
And I'll put the statistics out there that Onana got more clean sheets than both. Yet if Flawless brought this up, you would be like, come on, Onana's not levels. And the reality is, Alisson, in my opinion, respectfully, is a level above every goalkeeper in this league. I think, obviously...
In the world?
Yes.
He's the best, I can't lie.
Yeah, Courtois is injured right now, so Alisson's like just in his own tier in goalkeepers in world football. I think Courtois is the only one over the last 3-4 years who compares to him. People try to say Ederson, and listen, if we're talking distribution and stuff, fair enough. But overall, as a complete package, as a complete package of a goalkeeper, it's definitely Alisson is just levels above everyone else in my opinion. So it has to be Alisson. This is the one position, whichever team I'm doing, I'm just like Alisson gets in there directly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There can't be no complaints there, blood. I'm sure the people in the comments as well won't have any complaints with that one. So Alisson is gonna start in between the sticks. Right back.
Yes. Once again, I'm gonna get this position again. It's just because we're doing this based on form. If we do this based on ability, it's strength. If we do this based on reputation, it's strength. If we do this based on legacy, it's strength. If we do this based on ability, it's strength. Respect to Ben White. I think Ben White is a very good player. Last season when we were doing Team of the Seasons, I was one of the few people putting Ben White in there. I wasn't one of the ones who were just disrespecting him. I think he's a phenomenal player for Arsenal. What he does for Arsenal when Zinchenko inverts, when they go back into a 3, very solid defensively. But at the same time, Trent Alexander-Arnold this season has stepped up, and there's something that I want to say that bothers me, and this is something that I hate about football conversations sometimes, is people don't keep the same energy. This video is obviously going to be releasing on Friday. Just 3 days ago, Tuesday, we watched Trippier get absolutely destroyed at Chelsea, came on, made a mistake, and then missed his penalty. We've seen Kyle Walker get ripped to pieces last 4 or 5 games at Manchester City, but you will not see it headline news. You will not see every video. Kyle Walker can defend. Kieran Trippier can defend. And the reality is, because Trent is so incredible, you just have to nitpick and keep going up the stuff that he, quote-unquote, can do. And when I look at Trent Alexander-Arnold this season, no exaggeration, no cap, he's probably had 2 bad defensive games out of maybe 20 games he's played. And even those 2 bad defensive games, it's just been a couple of moments. Troopz has been 100% one of the most fair people when it comes to Trent. Even after that City game, he was like, Doku really just dribbled past him once or twice. The other ones were just like, you're taking the piss. Him controlling the ball is not really dribbling past. So for me, Trent has stepped up in big moments, scored very important goals as well. Even with the inverted stuff he's doing, the skill set that he brings to the game in terms of deep line playmaking, crossing the ball, diagonals, switching up play. I think Trent has everything you need in a right back, whether it be inverted or just a right back. And I know I'm speaking too much for a position you're probably going to agree on, but one final thing I will say is, I feel like older heads who talk about football are still not recognizing the change in football, modern football, as we're speaking about it right now. If we line up 100 managers and ask them, would you rather have a forward-thinking fullback or a defensive one? 95% are going to say forward-thinking fullback, just because of how the game has developed. So, yeah, for me, it's Trent who gets in at right back.
I can't really say anything. You get me? Benny Blanco's done well. You understand? Probably the best right back last season. You get me? Very consistent. He's done well this year as well. He had a little off period when he dyed his hair, but in recent weeks he's looked like himself again. But yeah, you can't really go against Trent, blood. You get me? He is generational. You get me? So yeah, we're gonna have Trent as the right back. Centre back pairing. Now, Gabriel and Saliba have been the best centre-back combination in the league, like as a pairing. You get me? I think they probably are the best centre-back pairing right now in the league, blood. You get me? I don't see a better partnership between any other centre-backs. Your centre-backs are good, especially Van Dijk, but he doesn't have a consistent partner alongside him, whereas it's always Gabriel Saliba. And you can see that they're getting better and better and better week after week after week. William Saliba, for me, is the best centre-back in the league right now. You'll probably say differently because of, obviously, VVD. But for me, I think Saliba is the age he is as well, is what you have to take into account. And the level he is playing at, the calmness he has brought to that Arsenal defence, the leadership he has brought to that Arsenal defense. He makes Gabriel a better player as well. Gabriel's improved a lot since he's been playing next to Saliba. He had a bozo gene before Saliba got put in that team, blood. and you've seen that they've just gone from heights to heights, blood. You understand? They just keep their ceiling is just mad. You understand? You don't even know where their ceiling is, blood. They're just looking up like pause, like, yeah, man, get me. We're good over here, blood. You understand? But VVD over the past 5 years, he's probably been the best defender in the Premier League, and you could say the best centre back in world football, blood. You understand? So what Saliba is doing now, Van Dijk's been doing it for years, blood. You get me? It's harsh not putting Gabriel in the team, but for me, I would go Saliba and Van Dijk.
I mean, you spoke about it there, and I completely agree. The reason why I actually put Saliba second to Van Dijk is two of the things that you mentioned. Van Dijk has not actually had a consistent partner this season. Some games it's been Matip, some games it's been Kwanzaa, some games it's been Gomez, some games it's been Konate. And out of all those partnerships that he's been involved in, he's clearly our best centre-back. And two things I want to say quickly. I completely agree with that centre-back partnership, by the way. I think those two are the best two centre-backs in the league this season. Speaking of keeping the same energy, if Saliba or Van Dijk was doing what Diaz was doing at City, you'd be seeing YouTube headlines, you'd be seeing videos about it. Ruben Diaz, ever since Nsiri dunked on him in the World Cup, he's been the same player, to be honest with you. So, yeah, Van Dijk and Saliba for me is 100% correct. Harsh on Gabriel. And I'll say one thing about Saliba. I used to say Konate is better than Saliba. And I had every right to say that, maybe last year, the year before. But now
you see, remember me and you used to argue, and I'd be like, no, Saliba's better. Now you see, innit?
Yeah, now you have to watch Saliba and go like,
you see how I say Trent's generational? Saliba's generational.
Yeah, Saliba is an unbelievable defender. I think Van Dijk has been the best centre-back in the league and / the world this season, though, because he's had to deal with so many multiple partnerships and even different left-backs as well, like playing next to him. So it's just he's kind of had to deal with different roles, different types of players playing next to him as well. But for me, those two are the two best centre-backs in the league. And there's a reason why. When you look at the defensive records, those two clubs have the strongest defenses in the league. And that's down to those two players, because those two players make a massive difference. You know, just like last season, I was one of the few people actually who was fair on Arsenal. And I said, if Saliba actually was fit, I still would have said they would have won the league, because a player of that caliber, I understand the difference it makes. Because I saw the switch 17-18 Liverpool to 18-19 Liverpool was a Van Dijk and an Alisson. So you need players like that who can elevate you to the next level. I think, once again, special mention Gabriel, special mention Konate, special mention whoever, but those two are just levels above everyone else. And if we were doing a team of the season, those two centre backs would be a team of the season for the entire Premier League, never mind just Liverpool and Arsenal. So for me, those two are the two right here, above and beyond. And you know how Saliba's actually elevated himself this season? I'll tell you how. Anytime a centre back does well for 3, 4, 5 games, the automatic comparison is Saliba and Van Dijk. I want you all to notice this. Romero is better than Saliba is a conversation I promise you've heard on this platform multiple times before. You've heard Van de Ven is better than Van Dijk. You've heard blah, blah, blah. They're the measuring stick because they're obviously the two best centre-backs in this league, and specifically Van Dijk for me personally, of course, and I've given my reasons. And I know Troopz will always say Saliba, but obviously I'm being logical about it. So I think, look, when your player...
I think right now, overall, Van Dijk's a better centre-back, but I think right now, Saliba's the better one. I think Saliba, how he's playing right now, I can't see a fault out of him, blood. And so young as well. That's the thing as well. His age, he's playing beyond his years.
He has, and it's like watching a Rolls Royce. So he's the one guy I wouldn't feel insulted if you would comparing him to Van Dijk this season. Other than that, if you bring me a Diaz or a Lisandro Martinez or a Van de Ven or a Romero, I would feel insulted. But Saliba, I'm I have to respect that shout. So yeah, for me, those two are a perfect combination.
Left back. Now,
that's where the fuckery starts. Let's go.
Now, if Robertson was fit, then you get me. He gets that spot. Let's be real. But with him missing now, there's a spot free, blood. You understand? And for me, Zinchenko, the AKA the politician, you're on the podcast with me week in, week out. And I've said that he has improved defensively. I've said it on numerous occasions that he's improved defensively. I think they talk about the Makaleli role, in the DM, the holding role. The inverted is the Zinchenko role, and nobody plays that role better than Zinchenko, blood. Even Trent can't invert like Zinchenko, because the reason why I say Trent is better going forward, yeah. But that is the Zinchenko role. You can't be better than the creator of the role. It's like Kante can't be better than Makelele in that role. You understand? As a fullback, I go Trent. As inverting, what Zinchenko has brought to this team is absolutely ridiculous, blood. He is literally the reason why Trent is inverting now on the other side, blood. Do you understand? Because Klopp has seen how Arteta's done so well with Zinchenko inverting, and then that has freed up Havertz, blood. So even him doing that frees up Havertz, blood. That's why Havertz is cooking now. So it's like a train, pause. You understand? It's a connection, blood. You need, like, he has to be there for the thing to run. Like, when you take one thing I will say, when you take Zinchenko out of the Arsenal team, you see like a lack of movement and other ideas in the midfield. It's just Odegaard. And when Odegaard's not on form, that's when Zinchenko comes into it. Because he can break the lines just as good as Odegaard. Because you have to remember, for the Ukraine, he plays in midfield. You understand? Whereas Trent plays right back, but it's an invert thing. Zinchenko actually plays in midfield in one of his...
Yeah, but Southgate's the England manager and he's a fraud. We have to get that in.
Southgate out. Let's get that in every time, blood. Southgate out, blood. We won't win a trophy as long as that mug is managing us. But yeah, for me, like, Timicus is better defensively, but he ain't got shit on Zinchenko going forward, blood. You understand? He's not as creative as Zinchenko. He's faster, but he can't pass the ball like Zinchenko. He can't control the midfield like how Zinchenko, because Zinchenko can actually control the midfield. We've seen him like dictate. You understand? In the inverted role. I don't think Timicus can do that, blood. You get me? I think that Zinchenko brings more to the table than Timicus.
Okay, let me shock you. First of all, if Robertson was fit, I'd vote Zinchenko because Robertson is one of the players. Yep. Robertson is one of the players by name. Listen, here's the thing. We're doing this based on form. We're being logical. This ain't a by name thing. You mentioned Havertz. If you say Havertz, I'm not going to be mad. You know why? Because on form, he's been playing really well. This is the reality. Since the international break, Kostas Tsimikas at the Etihad locks up the winger, going forward, incredible. Against Fulham, 2 assists, locks up his winger. Against Sheffield, locks up the winger, incredible going forward. Same thing against Crystal Palace. If I'm saying the best top 3 players in Liverpool since the international break, Kostas Tsimikas is one of them. He's been absolutely phenomenal. I haven't missed Robertson one bit. This is not even me doing fuckery. First of all, I think Trent is better than
So this ain't the fuckery.
No. Listen, I'm gonna shock you because there's positions I'm just gonna give up. I'm not even gonna say a word. And it's not even Declan Rice's. I'm gonna shock you by Arsenal players we're gonna vote for. But this position right here, I need to have, because if we're doing this based on form, we need to ignore names. It's not just about name and this guy's unbelievable because he's Alexander Zinchenko and this guy's unbelievable because he's Andy Robertson. The reality is, watching Kostas Tsimikas over the last 5-6 games, this guy has been unbelievable. Whatever you want, assists he got, defensively locking up the winger. The Man United game that just happened last game, locks up Anthony. Anthony cannot breathe, cannot dribble past him, and is the only guy, as you can see on the pitch, consistently.
It's not hard to lock up Anthony, though.
No. Okay, but he's locked up everyone.
That's not really an achievement, blood.
Okay, but he's locked up everyone he's come up against.
Tsimikas, the Man City one I'll give you.
Okay, but we're doing based on form, right? If we're doing based on name.
On form. I think Zinchenko's been on form. I think Zinchenko's done very well in recent.
Yeah, but every time Arsenal,
I don't think he's made an error. Like the Luton game, all 3 goals, nothing to do with him. Villa, okay, that he's had 2 errors this season. Villa and Wolves. That's all the errors he's made. I can count. Like,
and that happened more recently than Tsimikas. Tsimikas hasn't had any errors. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
this is one guy. Troopz, I will fight. Troopz, I will fight. I have to fight for Tsimikas.
Zinchenko's played more though as well, blood. So he's gonna. No, and Zinchenko is more of a. And Zinchenko plays higher at the pitch than Timicus. Timicus is actually a left back. Zinchenko inverts, so half the time he's not even in his position.
Okay, but we already got Trent in this team, so we're gonna have 2 fullbacks inverting. It doesn't work, Troopz. It doesn't work. And also, you're such a fraud. Let me tell you, you're a fraud. You know Trent's skill set is much better than Zinchenko's skill set for an inverted fullback. Passing, dictating play.
No, but the way that he plays the role, he understands the role better than Trent. Is the point I'm making. It's like Makelele. Makelele, no one understands the role like him, bro. He is the epitome. You understand? In the inverted left back role, Zinchenko is the epitome, blood.
if you trust what I'm saying, what I said earlier on, you'll give me Simicast because I'm gonna shock you positively in this next positions. Because for me, I have if it's based on form, and this is truly a video where we're saying, listen, this is based on performances. Last 6 games, Simicast has been flawless. And I've my match ratings to him since international break 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 8-10. Like he was one of our best players against Man United. I have not said a single negative word about Simicast last 6-7 games, and he's been unstoppable. So for me, I need Simicast on this team because elsewhere I'm not fighting, to be honest with you. So this is where my fighting ends.
I told you
have
I
to
had
get-
7 players in the Arsenal. Like we said before, before we went live, I said that I've got 7 Arsenal players in the 11. You said you've got 6.
Yes.
You're like, this is like 1 minute. So we we gave you the fob, but you are unable to use it apparently. Why give you the fob? I don't even get a reply, people. If you were in the live earlier, you understand, then you know what I want. You get me? So yeah, that was just for the people. She's come in now, and yet again she is ringing the buzzer. Yet again.
Hey.
Yet again. Yet again, people. Yet again. But anyway, he's been saying 6. I've been saying 7.
It's the team in first and second. It cannot be 7-4 by definition. I think 6-5 is a lot fairer. And this is where one of those positions Troopz were based on form. Okay, let me just spoil it for the audience. When we get to Havertz, I'm not going to say, haha, Havertz. I'm going to go like, Havertz has played really well. I could easily come up here and claim someone over Havertz just because Havertz...
Not in the midfield. Havertz has got better numbers than all your midfield.
Okay, but that's my point. When I'm looking at Simicast, 0 errors leading to goals, 3 assists over the last 6 games, defensively solid, but one of the best players on pitch.
All right, he's got me now. Bastard.
Just trust me on this one.
So Timicus will be the final part of the defense. So far we got Alisson in goal, Trent right back, defensive centre back pairing of Saliba and Van Dijk, and then Timicus is left back. We'll go to the midfield. For me, you don't get no one. I'm not gonna lie, blood. You don't get no one. Rice is better. Is badder than your whole midfield. Odegaard badder than your whole midfield. Havertz is not badder than your whole midfield. I think Szoboszlai may turn out to be the one competing for a spot when we run this back in the FA Cup and the league game at the Emirates. But right now, I don't think you get any midfielder in that midfield, blood. It is a trio of Arsenal midfielders. With the one that I've rated is Gravenberch, and he's injured. Endo ain't coming nowhere near this fucking midfield. McAllister has flattered to deceive, in my opinion.
He's the guy.
Who? McAllister?
Yes.
Well,
I'll tell you what it is. First of all, like, I agree with you. I think it's 3 Arsenal midfielders. The reason why it's 3 Arsenal midfielders is not Gravenberch or Szoboszlai or Endo. It's McAllister. McAllister, you've heard me on the Backing Up podcast, and even when you've been in my chat, completely defend him. I've defended him vehemently. I learned that word yesterday. I've defended him so strongly because this guy is a fundamentalist. He's a generalist. He's the Gundogan type player. Where can I point to something special McAllister does on the pitch? No. But I could tell you 10 things he does at a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 level. He's the one guy we've been missing in this midfield. And he and you know what it is? I'll just say this to the Liverpool fans watching this, guys. You might be pissed off. I understand. You want me to fight for Szoboszlai. You just watched that banger against West Ham. But I'm here to be honest. Same way I was honest on the left back spot and I said, Simicast, I have to be honest about this midfield. The reality is none of our midfielders get to Arsenal. And the fact of the matter is, if had McAllister been fit, I would have fought for him. Other than that, you want to hear the harsh hitting reality? Since the international break, our best midfielder has been Wataru Endo. Does Wataru Endo, who got bullied away at Crystal Palace, start for Arsenal? No, he doesn't. So now we have to sit up here and we have to be honest. Havertz, just like Simicast, on paper, if we're making a team on paper, of course they both don't get in. But this is a team based on form. Same way Havertz, I have to look at like, okay, Brentford, Brighton, Champions League, and it's not even a goals thing. When you're watching him, I think it was against the game before Brighton. I forgot who you played in the league. He actually created like 2-3 clear-cut chances
Luton.
to score goals as well.
Yeah, the Villa game, the Luton game.
Yeah.
Like since the international break, he's come back a man possessed. I think that goal away at Germany done him some good. I think whatever the German manager said to him, he's come back to Arsenal and he's run with it. He's been one of our best players, blood. You understand? He's been performing better than Odegaard. You get me? Him and Rice have been our best midfielders, blood. And when I'm saying to people, yeah, Havertz is performing well, they're like, raw, how poor must your midfield be? But my thing is that he's performing at a high level, blood, because people should know that my standards are not low, blood. I know my standards are yes, sir. Yeah. While the rest of you are down there, I'm over there, sir. Yeah. So he has to reach my expectations. And right about now, Kai Blood Clark Havertz is cooking. You understand? And
he is.
Like I said, no, at this moment in time, it may change when we come back to the FA Cup game or the game at the Emirates. But right about now, no Liverpool midfielder can get into this team. It's as simple
I agree.
as that.
And I can't even disagree with that. That's why I told Troopz, just trust me for Tsimikas, because I'm not even being disingenuous today.
Because even without Tsimikas, I was saying that this is the midfield, like, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, obviously McAllister is the one that would probably get in, but he's not. He's flattered to deceive. He's been a bit hot and cold. Do you understand? Gravenbeck probably could have had a shout, but he's not fit. Endo, no way. Thiago's not fit. When the fuck was he fit? You get me? So it's like Havertz, the man's got 4 goals in the league. I think he's got an assist as well. He's got 2 in the Champions League. He's doing what he needs to do, blood. And he scored winners. He scored winning goals. You understand? It's not like he's, the first penalty, the Bournemouth one, that was like because of his confidence was in the mud. That's helped him though now, innit? Now you look back at that, you're like, okay, the team was right doing that, blood. Because now look, he's elevating. You understand? So
Yeah, I agree. I can't even say anything. And listen, I know Liverpool fans watching this probably want me to fight for Szoboszlai. The reality is based on form. Look, the game away at City, he didn't have a good game. Against Man United, didn't have a good game. Against Crystal Palace, didn't have a good game. Like, it's just, we're just doing this based on form. So don't take this as an insult. If me and Troopz ever do a video like based on ability or based on overall or rep or like whatever, of course Szoboszlai would have a shout in there, of course. And he would probably get in. But now, based on form, I simply cannot vote for Szoboszlai. So this is the thing. I completely agree with Troopz. It's the 3 Arsenal midfielders. And funnily enough, if actually any Arsenal player were to leave this combined midfield, it would not be Havertz anyway. It would probably be Odegaard based on form because of that stinker in the Villa game. You know, maybe I'd have to argue someone. But once again, I don't have McAllister. That's my strongest weapon this season. That's my midfielder who's been consistently delivering other than the 2 poor games at the start of the season. That's why when you watch Liverpool, you know that McAllister is the guy that keeps us sticking in midfield. So we really miss him right now. I hope he's back fit soon. But yeah, I can't even disagree. It really is the 3 Arsenal midfield.
The front 3, in my opinion, there's only one front 3, blood. You get me?
Let's see if we agree again.
The way I would do it, is Salah in the 9, because he's capable, he can play in the 9. I'd put Saka on the right and Jesus on the left.
I'm so glad you didn't say Martinelli, because I would have lost my mind. Thank God you didn't say Martinelli.
Jesus, because Jesus can play on either wing. Saka can play on the right. Salah can play on the right and then drift and then play in the 9 as well. So that they could be interchanging. You understand? It's not a set. It's not that, but like when you put it on the like when you give it to the referee and say, yeah, this is the lineup. It's gonna be Saka on the right, Salah in the 9, and then Gabby Jesus for me on the left, blood.
There's a famous saying: "Men lie, women lie, numbers don't." And once again, Liverpool fans watching this will want me to fight for multiple players, but I just can't. And I'll tell you why I can't. Because Nunes ain't got any goal in 10 games. Gakpo got 2 goals in 15. Diaz got 3 goals in 16. Jota's out injured. So, you know, if Jota was fit, I would have a fighting chance of getting a second player in here, but I just can't. I'll actually change the way Troopz has done it. But for me, I think that is the 3 right there. If we're saying based on form, in the last 6 games, the only Liverpool forward to register a goal has been Mo Salah, to be honest with you. And I've seen people try to blame Salah for his performances. He has the 2nd most goals in the league, the most assists in the league, the most big chances created in the league. even if he's not getting past people like he used to, maybe because he dropped a yard of pace, you'll always see the dangerous chance in a game. Even when Salah ain't having the best game, he'll either score you a goal or create you the most dangerous chance. Even the game away at the Etihad, that layoff to Trent. Now, someone watching this might go like, Husam, that's such a simple pass. You know the problem? Nunez ain't making the simple pass. Diaz ain't making the simple pass. Gakpo ain't making the simple pass. So those are three I won't argue for. The one change I will do, though, is I will play Salah on the right. I'll play Saka on the left. And I'll play Jesus down the middle. That's what I think. Because those, if I've got Jesus down, because I know Saka can play on the left because he's done that before. If I put Jesus down the middle and I play Salah and Saka as like inverted forwards, if you would like, or wingers across from them, I think that team cooks. And if we're being completely honest, those two forwards right there, Salah and Saka, you know when you're doing up lists and stuff, like let's say Liverpool have 4 forwards right now, Arsenal have 4 forwards, right? It's like 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like just on a separate, because all of them have just not been playing well. Like Martinelli is there, Diaz, like it's just he's not cooking right now. Trossard is not cooking. Nketiah is not cooking. Same with my players. So the reality is Jesus, maybe a little bit of recency bias in there just because he scored recently, but you have to give it to him because my forwards ain't scored recently. So yeah, I think I'm just going Jesus down the middle, Saka and Salah. So I think that's the best combination right there.
Then the manager's Klopp, innit?
Come on. See? I love this combined 11. No shamelessness. No shamelessness. Just pure logic. Just factual shit. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so glad you didn't say Arteta. That's where I would have like lost my mind. Thank God.
Man. Like Klopp's CV speaks for itself, innit? Like the man won 2 Bundesliga titles, blood. No one's won a title since then, rude boy. So you understand that says it all, fam. You understand? Brenny, can we get a graphic with the team for the people them right now? So there you go, people. As you can see, Alisson will start in goal. The back 4 will be Trent, Saliba, Van Dijk, and Zinchenko. No, Timokos, sorry. Then we have Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz. And then you've either got Saka, Salah, Jesus, or Salah, Jesus, Saka. You get me? Manager, Jurgen Klopp. You know what I'm saying? Husam, you said 2-1 on the preview, I like.
I said 1-1. I
said 1-1, that was it. I said 2-1. Arsenal.
Yeah, there's 2 predictions. With my heart, as a Liverpool fan, I'll always want my club to win. I'll always want my club to win every game. However, if I'm looking at this game just from a purely logical perspective, and I'm just putting all emotions aside, I think this game is too tactical from both managers to end in anything other than a 1-1 draw, unless one of the X factors of Liverpool turn up and win us the game, to be honest with you.
People, you let us know your Combine 11 in the comments below. Let me know if you agree with our Combine 11. Let me know the predictions. Let me know the predictions, as well. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to This Is Football. Make sure you watch the preview if you haven't. And until Saturday evening, Arsenal, I beg you, man, just do the job, yeah. But you lot already know, blood. It's your boy Troopz, and we're out, fam.